Trump's new executive order, Schedule G explained. Imagine a workplace where your job security hinges on who occupies the Oval Office. Welcome to the latest shift in the U.S. federal workforce, courtesy of an executive order signed by President Trump, creating Schedule G a new classification of employees who can be hired and fired at the president's whim, solely for policy roles. The move promises to improve operations in agencies like the Department of Veterans Affairs by streamlining political appointments, but critics argue it's a thinly veiled attempt to pack the government with loyalists. Unlike traditional civil servants, these Schedule G employees are expected to exit with changing administrations, a practice that mirrors Schedule C temporary policy workers, but raises alarms about deepening politicization. The controversy deepens. Trump's administration has long targeted the civil service system. Schedule F revived this year, already allows stripping protections from career employees deemed political, e.g., those influencing policy. Now, Schedule G opens a fresh pipeline for at-will political appointees, bypassing merit-based hiring. Don Moynihan, a public policy professor, slammed it as a pattern of politicization to install Trump loyalists in top policymaking positions. A blow to nonpartisan governance? Max Stier of the Partnership for Public Service called the move misguided, noting the president already has hundreds of political appointment avenues. Adding more short-term political appointees undermines stable service to the public, he warned. When policymakers come and go with each administration, critical programs suffer. The bigger picture, Project 2025. This shift aligns with Project 2025 a conservative blueprint for a second Trump term, which advocates replacing nonpartisan roles with political ones to align the bureaucracy with executive power. Detractors see it as dismantling the deep state, but supporters frame it as reclaiming control from entrenched bureaucrats. Your turn. Do you believe prioritizing political loyalty over experience in federal policymaking serves the public interest? Should the civil service system be shielded from partisan influence, or is this a necessary correction? Share your thoughts. Trump's Schedule G, what it means for political appointees and federal agencies. In a bold move that has stirred significant debate, President Donald Trump has introduced a new category of federal employee known as Schedule G. This executive order, signed on the evening of July 18, 2025, aims to increase the number of political appointees within federal agencies who can assume policy-making or advocacy roles without needing Senate confirmation. This initiative is part of Trump's broader strategy to tighten his control over the executive branch and its operations. Currently, presidents have the authority to appoint an unlimited number of individuals to Schedule C positions, which are typically reserved for confidential or policy-determining roles. However, Trump's new Schedule G positions are designed to fill a perceived gap in federal appointments, as stated by the White House. This order is the latest in a series of efforts by Trump to reshape the federal workforce, following the establishment of Schedule Policy Career, previously known as Schedule F. This earlier category is intended for career civil servants and is undergoing a review process to determine which employees may transition to this new classification, making it easier to dismiss them for various reasons. According to the White House, the creation of Schedule G positions is aimed at enhancing government efficiency and accountability. They argue that by increasing the number of political appointees, the administration can better implement its policies and improve services for taxpayers. The White House emphasized that these new roles will be particularly focused on the Department of Veterans Affairs, with appointments expected to be filled by individuals who align closely with the president's agenda, although agencies are prohibited from considering an applicant's political affiliation during the hiring process. Schedule G employees will be brought on board to ensure the faithful execution of the president's policy objectives, the White House stated in a fact sheet accompanying the order. However, this move has not been without its critics. Max Stier, the president of the Partnership for Public Service, expressed concerns that Schedule G would complicate an already intricate system, arguing that the Trump administration has not adequately consulted with experts who could have pointed out the potential redundancies and risks of undermining the nonpartisan civil service. He warned that increasing the number of political appointees could lead to a decline in effective and stable service delivery within federal agencies. Stier remarked, "This new Schedule G classification is yet another misguided attempt by the administration to further politicize the federal workforce. A president already has the authority to make over 4,000 political appointments, which is significantly more than most other democracies, where the number of political appointees is often in the tens." The White House has framed the creation of Schedule G as a fulfillment of Trump's commitment to dismantle what he refers to as the deep state and to reclaim the government from perceived corruption in Washington. To implement Schedule G, Trump has directed the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, to establish the necessary regulations. In a related development, OPM had previously issued guidance encouraging agencies to offer competitive salaries, up to $195,200, to attract Schedule C employees. It remains unclear whether this salary cap will also apply to those appointed under Schedule G. Additionally, OPM's guidance has removed career human resources personnel from the processes of vetting, onboarding, and setting salaries for Schedule C appointees. Don Moynihan, a professor at the University of Michigan's Ford School of Public Policy, criticized the executive order as another step in Trump's ongoing effort to diminish the influence of career experts within federal agencies. He noted that this order creates opportunities for Trump loyalists to occupy key policymaking positions without any restrictions on the number of hires, further contributing to the trend of politicization within the federal workforce. As this story continues to develop, it raises important questions about the future of the federal workforce and the balance between political appointees and career civil servants. What do you think about the implications of Schedule G? Is this a necessary step towards efficiency, or does it risk undermining the integrity of the civil service? Share your thoughts in the comments. Trump's new executive order, what it means for federal employees. Imagine a workforce where loyalty to the president outweighs competence and merit. This is the reality that's unfolding in the federal government, courtesy of President Trump's latest executive order. But here's where it gets controversial: the creation of a new classification of federal employees, dubbed Schedule G, which will allow the administration to hire and fire workers at will, based on their ability to implement the president's policy agenda. This move has sparked a heated debate, with many questioning the implications for government efficiency, accountability, and the role of politics in the federal workforce. At the heart of the issue is the fact that these Schedule G employees will be engaged in policy-making or policy advocating work, according to the White House, and will be expected to leave their positions once the president who appointed them leaves office. The administration argues that this new classification will enhance government efficiency and accountability, particularly at the Department of Veterans Affairs, by streamlining appointments for key policy roles. However, critics, including the American Federation of Government Employees, AFGE, are sounding the alarm, warning that this move will lead to a surge in political appointees who are more loyal to the president than to the American people. As AFGE President Everett Kelly noted, "We remain deeply concerned about executive actions that expand the number of positions throughout the federal government that can be hired and fired based on political loyalty instead of competence and merit." This is not the first time the Trump administration has attempted to exert greater control over the federal workforce. In April, the administration proposed a rule to reclassify thousands of career federal government employees as at-will workers, which would have given federal agencies the power to remove employees in policy-influencing roles without lengthy procedural hurdles. The question on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for the future of the federal government and its ability to serve the American people? Will this new classification lead to a more efficient and effective government, or will it create a culture of fear and loyalty, where employees are more focused on pleasing the president than on doing what's best for the country? And this is the part most people miss: the fact that this move is part of a larger trend, where the Trump administration is seeking to reshape the federal workforce in its image. The administration has already taken steps to fire probationary employees hired within the last year or two, and has conducted widespread layoffs. So, what do you think? Do you believe that the creation of Schedule G employees will lead to a more efficient and effective government, or do you think it's a power grab by the Trump administration? Share your thoughts in the comments below.